Greetings to my sentient galaxy, it's Sentiment here, so back again with another episode review of What If, Series 1, Episode 2. The title of this episode is called What If T'Challa Becomes Star-Lord. A good follow-up to Episode 1, What If Captain Carter were the first Avenger. This episode is a tear-jerker moment for fans who like Chadwick Boseman because this month was the 1-year anniversary of his death. I talk about the death of Chadwick Boseman in my review of Black Panther. I did the review on the movie in May. Go and check it out. It's part of my MCU movie review series. I talk about the movie and his death. I'll talk more of his death later on in this review because this episode paid tribute to Chadwick Boseman. In this episode, he was good. He was a born leader because in the normal MCU / Marvel universe, he was a good ruler of Wakanda. In this universe, he was, I can't really say a better Star-Lord, but he was kind of like a leader of the Ravengers. I don't really say leader of the Ravengers. You know, that's Yondu, but in this universe, the Ravengers are good guys. In the normal universe, they're kind of like thieves. He's kind of like, you can call him a leader of the Ravengers. That's a bit debatable. Yeah, this episode's all about Yondu kidnapping or inducting T'Challa instead of Peter Quill. And we got Peter Quill in the end of this episode. We'll get to it a little bit later on. You know, talking about Peter Quill and his dad. You know, the reason why I like this episode and the previous episode, I'm glad they got the original actors, you know, reprise their roles. You know, yeah, you got T'Challa. You know, Chadwick Boseman reprise his role as T'Challa, their version of Star-Lord. Michael Rooker came back as Yondu. You know, I like Michael Rooker as Yondu in, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, this movie. Not this movie, but this episode I'm trying to say, but I like him. You got Josh Brolin return as Thanos. We haven't saw Thanos since Endgames. He was a good guy in this episode. Karen Gillan as Nebula. I'll get to her character. You know, I'll talk about her character a little bit later on. Was it Benicio del Toro as the Collector? He was good in this episode. Chris Sullivan as Taserface. I kind of, you know, go and check my review of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I like that when they taking the piss out of his name. You know, that was funny. He was also a good guy. Kraglin, that's played by, what's his name? Sullivan, what's his name? You know, I can't remember the guy's name. I don't know, but I'm moving on, man. Was it Digimon Honshu as Korath? He was, you know, let's talk about Korath in this episode. They put a lot of charisma and personality of the Korath character because he was basically marking out towards Star-Lord, you know, in T'Challa's version of Star-Lord. You're like, oh my god, Star-Lord, I'm a big fan of you. And then he said like, honored to spar with you, kind of use my gun or not. You know, he's fighting and he accidentally hit T'Challa. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then T'Challa says, that's okay, hit me harder. He basically got himself electrocuted. Good one, Star-Lord. He was part of the Ravenger group, you know. Yeah, I'm glad they fleshed out his character. We never got that personality and charisma for the normal universe version of Korath in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and Captain Marvel. Heard like Demon Honsu is gonna be reprise his role as the Wizard in the second, you know, in the new Shazam film that comes out in 2023. So yeah, let's see the relationship between Yondu and T'Challa, because the difference between Yondu and T'Challa, between Yondu and Quill, because Quill and Yondu's relationship was very strained. It was very bitter. You know, because basically Yondu, you know, thinks Quill stabbed him in the back, but in this universe they're on great terms. Yeah, Star Lord. Yeah, and also like comparing the first scene in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 between Korath and Star Lord, Quill Star Lord, in this scene between Korath and T'Challa Star Lord, in the normal universe, you got like Honshu says, what's your name? And then Quill says Star Lord, and Korath says, who? I'm Star-Lord, man, because you don't know who he is. But in this universe, he knows who he is. He's kind of like this superhero now. He saved a lot of, he saved the galaxy. I kind of like that he made the Ravengers. Yeah, they made the Yeah, but it's the same motive for Star-Lord getting the orb, and yeah, he made the Ravengers as good guys. Drax, it's not Batista. I heard rumors like Batista like deny, he doesn't want to, voice or price his role as Drax. I'm guessing he's leaving the MCU. I don't want him to leave the MCU. I kind of like, Drax. I thought he's like the direction of his character. I like him in the two Guardians movies and not he didn't I don't think he had any lines in if he had a short line in Endgame, but he had he was good at Infinity War. But I don't know if Love and Thunder, the new Thor movie, will be Batista's swan song in the MCU. But I want him to stick around in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That would be good. But in this universe, he's a bartender. He thanks Star Lord and T'Challa for basically saved. I think he saved because in this universe, his wife and kid did not got killed by Ronan. So basically, Ronan is basically. I think in this universe, Korath, before he got inducted and joining the bit of a tongue twisting moment. The Ravengers, he's still working with Ronan. So he says like in Charlie in the start of this episode, my boss Ronan is super intense. So I'm guessing he's still working with Ronan in this episode. It's a damn shame Ronan's not been in this episode. He's not the baddie. I simply don't get it. It's just what it is. So let's talk about Thanos. Josh Brolin. This time he was a good guy working with T'Challa. He said like I'm guessing like he's abandoning his plans to get the Infinity Stones, desecrate the universe. Wipe out everyone from the universe. In this MCU universe. Sorry, a bit confusing, but he abandoned his mission. He said about like T'Challa taught me that there's many ways to relocate the universe resources, and in this universe, him and Nebula's relationship is still strained because they're on very bad terms in the normal universe of the MCU, but in this universe still the same. Now let's talk about Nebula. I like Karen Gillan as Nebula. You can tell they put a lot of personality and charisma in Nebula's character. We never saw that in Guardians 1, Guardians 2, Infinity War, Endgames. She's coming back in Love and Thunder, maybe in Guardians 3. But in this version, like, she has blonde hair, she's not a cyborg. I heard, like, in the comics, she got experiment, but she's just I think she is an alien. I think she's a bit half alien, half cyborg. I thought she's like, it got exploded, got her like injuries in an explosion, and some shit. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Also like Yondu. The reason why Yondu, I don't know what the reason why Yondu kidnapped T'Challa, because he lied about T'Challa about his like basically Earth got destroyed or some shit, because you could tell, in the scene between T'Challa and Nebula, said about, like, T'Challa said to Nebula, he's changed, he's with the Guardians now, the past the past is not the same, and Nebula says about, you're wearing your past around your neck, and said about, Nebula said to T'Challa, do you want to go back, and T'Challa says, there's no much to go back, and he brings up, his place, he didn't say Earth got exploded, but I don't know, and to find out that's all a lie. And then, in the scene, like, they're trying to get the Ember Genesis from the Collector, and he, stumbled upon a Wakanda ship and saw his dad. His dad also John Kennedy reprised his roles in Chaka. I'm guessing in this universe, he didn't got killed in an explosion, so the events of the Civil War did not exist. So he lied. Yeah. In the prison scene, he kind of confronts him like, you lied. He lied about me. Lied about his planet got killed, or his Wakanda got exploded. Because the backstory of young T'Challa, that he wants to leave Wakanda to explore, and then he throw his spear, get out the fort, the fort, not vortex, but like the force field. I'm trying to say, out of Wakanda, saw T'Challa, not T'Challa, Yondu. He blames his cronies about, because he wants Peter Quill, and I think what Kragan says, he's got sea holes, ear holes, mouth and eat hole. I thought he's gonna say an asshole, because you can tell it's for kids now. You can tell they toned down the swearing. So he kind of like, but I'm guessing like in the normal version of it, Quill is basically scared to death about aliens, but in Charlie's kind of like, okay, this is not surprise you. He said about like, I'm an explorer, I want to see the world, and then Yondu says, why you see one, you can see, we're gonna see you, you can see all of them. I'm trying to say, sorry, can't remember the dialogue that well. Sometimes that's the problem with doing movie reviews and sometimes promos from a wrestling show. It's very hard for me because I got a bit of learning difficulties sometimes. But Yondu says, "Why see one? You can see all of them. The whole universe." I think he brought that line in the end of this episode. Almost, and also they went back to Earth. Seeing reunite their dad for the first time in decades, because it said in 1988. I don't know. Like, it's funny that I think it's the same year. It might be it's the same year when Quill's mom died. So I don't say it's connected, but this is like 20 years later. So this event's around 2008. It's kind of like, that's weird. That's strange, but it's whatever. It's because the MCU timeline is so fucked up. Like in Spider-Man Homecoming standards. The events after the events of the Battle of New York scene in 2012, and it's fast forward 8 years later in 2020. Holy shit! But in T'Challa, and in Chaka, that's in T'Challa's father, reunited, and Yondu said about Yondu said about almost said he's about to kidnap him, but and T'Challa says, I'm lost, he found me, but because he wants to explore, he wants to get away from Wakanda, and then in the prison scene where after he got captured by the Collector, and T'Challa says, Yondu says, we are your family. That's that's Korath and Yondu and his cronies, Taserface, Kragan, and T'Challa says, "You're not my family. Never has been." And then you got Korath says, "Damn, that's hurt." I like that. He also called Thanos Captain Genocide, and then part of the heist, they pretend to be in a fight, and Thanos says, "Call me Captain Genocide now," and then. And Korath says, Captain Genocide! I kind of laughed at that. I like that character. He really cracked me up. He's kind of like one of the highlight points of this episode. And also we got a cameo appearance of Howard the Duck, voiced by Seth Green. Seth Green, because I'm a fan of Family Guy. He voices Chris Griffin. I like his character. He appeared in the cameos in the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He's appeared in this episode of What If. It's likely the character Howard the Duck, he's going to be played in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, or maybe in the next Thor movie. I kind of like that character. I think they're teasing they're going to do a show, but I heard the movie sucked. It was set in 1984, that movie. Haven't really seen it. I might watch it in the future. I think it's likely a comedy, but I don't want to get into it. They might do it right now because we don't know if Seth Green's gonna do it. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. And also got the dog wearing the astronaut suit. You know, that was good. There's a lot of Easter eggs into it. You got Karina. You know, you got this actress replace her role as Karina, and you got this guy voice the was it the Omi Man, because we haven't saw that character since Affinity War. He's about to basically kill Tchalla. Karina killed him. Um, and also she kind of says, "I like what you say." You know, no one it doesn't like locked in cages. You know that he said it to the collector. He said about he got kidnapped by the collector. He got stuck. He got trapped in the cage, and he said like, "Oh, you got superpowers or something? You want to find out? You want to spar? No thanks. I prefer man in cages. Where I'm from, history is not kind of those locked men in cages. You know, that's good aspiring shit. And also he's fighting, you know, the collector. And also he said like, oh yeah, this one has superpowers of boring people to death. I kind of like that. So yeah, he was fucking buff. Yeah, he was normal size in the normal MCU universe. He appeared in cameos in Guardians 1. Uh, I think he appeared in Guardians 2. He appeared in Infinity War. I think he got killed in Infinity War, you know, because Thanos used the Reality Stone. He disappeared. Some people compare the Collector to the Grand Master. It's a damn shame we're not going to see a cameo appearance, you know, a collab between the Grand Master and the Collector. You know, the Collector played by Jeff Goldblum and also the Collector the Grandmaster played by Jeff Goldblum and the Collector played by Benicio del Toro. You know, that'll be a good collab associate between two characters. I think like Del Toro appeared in the Star Wars movie. You know, I think it was episode 8, the Last Jedi movie. So yeah, good. You know, it's a damn shame, but a lot of Easter eggs in this episode. Yeah, you got Collector. There was the Captain America shield. Basically you had Collector wearing Hela's helmet, using her sword. I'm guessing like in this universe, the Collector beat the fuck out of Hela, managed to kill her instead of she got killed by Ragnarok. That's in the third Thor movie in 2017. I'm guessing. So he didn't got killed. You know, I think he got killed by a lot of people who got captured by the Collector for years. There were a lot of like scrolls, and there was a frost giant, and also using like the Dark Elves daggers. I think it's one of the daggers killed Thor's mother in the second movie. So yeah, I think it was a surprise death. I think by the time this by the time this episode review is recorded, it's on Tuesday. I should have done it on Friday or basically on Saturday, but was a bit busy. I was a bit busy, so Tuesday is and it's back. It's back. It'll be on Sunday. I'm doing the review of episode 3 of What If. So I heard at episode 3 that it's all about Tony Stark. You know, what if Tony Stark didn't got captured by the Ten Rings, didn't become Iron Man? I heard like Michael B. Jordan's coming back as Killmonger. That'll be good. I think the zombie episode that'll be later on in the show. That probably in September time or in late September time or mid September time. We don't know. It's later on in the season. I heard Paul Bettany's coming back. So I'm guessing like Paul Bettany's staying in the MCU after all. I thought WandaVision is his swan song, but instead he sticked around. But I think he's stick around. Anyway, and also Kat Dennings coming back. You know, this is the second show she's in. She was in WandaVision at the start of the year. Now she's in this show. So I can't wait. It has to do with Thor. What if what if Jane Foster? What if Thor never came to Earth? I don't know if Tom Hiddleston's coming back as Loki. We don't know, but let's get back. Let's get to Chadwick Boseman's death. Because I said it in my review of Black Panther, they did a good tribute to Chadwick Boseman. It has a black background with line says our dedication. Well, no, it says dedication to our friends, our inspiration, our hero, and it says Chadwick Boseman. It didn't say like the year of his born, yeah, and the year of his birth, year of his death. 1970. What? How old is Chadwick Boseman? He's got to be. Is it 40? He's got. I can't remember. Fuck. Is he 40 something? 42? 44? He's got to be. He's got to be born in the mid 70s or late 70s. Sorry about it, folks. I'm not doing this disrespect Chadwick Boseman, but I can't remember. It's got to be between 1978 to 2020. I don't know. It's got to be like 40. No, I think he's 44. Maybe 44, 43. He's got to be in his 40s, man. Fuck. But seeing that, tribute, that was good. I think a lot of people find that a tear-jerking moment because it really hits me. Yeah, it hits a lot of fans. Like, wow. I don't know if that is the only episode. I heard rumors like he's going to appear in few episodes of this show. But if it's not, it's like, wow. Sadly, it's his swan song. It's a shame that he's no longer there. I think I said in my review of Black Panther, I think the MCU needs to do to just retire the character for respect. Because who are you going to play? What actor is going to be on the same level as Chadwick? But I don't want to see him getting killed off. But I want to see him just getting killed off screen. I don't want to see someone portraying the role using CGI. Using Chadwick's face, and that'll be in the next Black Panther movie. That'd be fucking stupid. Because Star Wars got a lot of shit for using Carrie Fisher's I think his daughter playing the role as his mom's role as Princess Leia. They used CGI her face, and that pissed off a lot of Star Wars fans in the last, what's it called, the Return of the what's it called, the Revenge of the Skywalker, the Return of the Skywalker. The latest Star Wars movie. That was a bit pissed off moving because I understand like the Last Jedi, that was fine because she was around before her death, filming episode 8, but in episode 9 that was a bit very disrespectful. That was just like, I might review that movie down the road because I'm planning to do a Star Wars review series. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. I'll let you know the update. But yeah, that was a bit disrespectful, but I don't want it to happen to the same thing with Chadwick Boseman. Another actor portraying the role, using like Chadwick's face in CGI form, and he gets died in a war on a mission. That'd be fucking stupid. But for me, I think they just need to retire the character for respect, for tribute of respect, markers of respect. But there is no one going to portray that role. I heard this female's I don't know. He plays T'Challa's lover in the first movie. Can't remember her name. Could take the mantle, but I don't think Michael B. Jordan is going to take the mantle. Not reprise his role, but taking the mantle of Black Panther, I don't think so. It's just like there's no one going to be on the same level as Chadwick. No one's, because he had a good, outstanding performance in that movie, and no one's. He kind of set the bar, but it's going to be very difficult, man. So. Yeah, I think I cover everything. And also in the funny part, when Thanos is chatting up, they're teasing like he's gonna get killed. That he's fighting all the Collector's guards, and then he's about to get killed. Nebula saved him because they're on bad terms. They kind of like face turn on. I mean, because when I'm doing my MCU movie review series, I'm reviewing the Marvel shows on the Disney Plus app. I use like wrestling terms like face and heel. They kind of did that with Nebula because he basically, trying to help T'Challa get the Ember Genesis, and then he got betrayed by Nebula. Says the Collector, I owe my debt to the Collector. You're my payment, and then she helped turn babyface again. It's kind of like big showing King face turning on Nebula. It's kind of like I think she said it's part of the plan. So. And also, let's get to Star-Lord and the return of Kurt Russell reprised his role as Ego. in this universe, because I'm guessing her mom might be dead. I don't know if they're doing a future episode, as a follow up to the Tchalla episode, with Pia reunite with his dad, and maybe they could. I think her mom might be alive. It's funny that Tchalla, traveled back to Earth after years, reunited with his father, and in the normal universe with Star-Lord, I think he came back to Earth, attend Tony's funeral, but he never came back to reunite with his family, with his granddad or grandmother. I think they're likely to be dead. I think like in the 80s, they might be in their 60s, they're probably in their 90s, they'll likely be dead, but that'll be a tearjerker moment for. I think they could do that. I think they're likely going to do that. Pierre trying to find the house of when the grandparents from, but someone lived there instead, and going to the graveyard to see it. Their grandparents died. That'll be a tearjerker moment, but that'll be in poor taste. But it's just what it is. I don't know, but it's, I don't want to get into it, but it's a shame that Tchalla got a chance to reunite with his family. Quill did not, but yeah, in this universe, Quill is now working in a fast food joint. Listen to his music. I think Peter Quill's funny, but Star-Lord's trying to do what's right. Quill is just like, causing, doing stuff without any repercussions. Stabbing like Yondu multiple times. It's one scene from, one line from Guardians 2, him and Yondu trying to connect, Quill says, "You trying to eat me. I thought it was a joke, not to me." That was laughable, but, you got, Ego, reunite with Quill, and Quill says, "Sorry, we're closed. Come on, Quill, can you spare some time with your dad?" So that could plant the seeds of a future episode of the show. I heard rumors like they're doing a second season of the show. I heard it on Wikipedia that they're going to do a second season or second series. Americans call it season, we call it series, but I'm going to call it series for my UK viewers. No, don't just about my American viewers, my American Central Unit members, Central Unit subscribers, but I heard it's going to be released in early 2022, so I can't wait. It might be early 2022, but it'll be like Loki, wait until the year after, 2023. But I'm glad Loki in this show's getting another series. Unlucky for WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, because these shows are just setting up future movies, because WandaVision setting up Doctor Strange 2, what's it called, The Madness of Multi-Universe, and Falcon and Winter Soldier is just setting up the fourth Captain America movie. So this is because Loki's not setting up anything; it's just setting up a second season. I think this show is setting up a second season. I heard they might do a crossover episode, but I haven't mixed signals. I don't think it's gonna happen. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's a bit of a break from the live action stuff. So. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this episode review up. I think it was a good episode. Chadwick Boseman, it's shame he's no longer with us. Had a good role, playing this hero, a leader. He's a leader of one universe. Now he's a leader of another. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my review of the second episode of Series 1 of What If. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button. Click the like. Subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube for more wrestling videos, Marvel stuff, my reviews of WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, and all my movie reviews of the MCU. And join the Central Unit today, or you miss out. And this is Central Man Official signing out. Check you later, and see you next time for another episode review of What If.